Ladies and gentlemen, at the helm of our province stands a leader whose vision continues to transform the Northern Cape. He understands that sport is not just a competition, it's about unifying, and it's a unifying force. It's a catalyst for social cohesion and a driver of national and nation building. Please, let's put our hands together for our Premier, Dr. Zamani Saul, for the keynote address. We welcome him with a round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Program Director, Mr. Jerry Kale. When they presented the program, and they said the person that will be directing this program is Jerry Kale, I told them I'm tired of Jerry Kale. There's no event that I address, and particularly here in Francis Barton, he's not the program director. But that's all due to the astuteness and the skills he's got in managing these programs. And thank you very much. And thanks for availing yourself all the time when you are called upon. Let me also greet my colleagues, the members of the Executive Council. I see all the MECs are here because this is a great day for the Northern Cape. I loved the way in which Mr. Kale phrased it. He said, from big hole to big dreams. That's quite profound. And I want to add something there. It should be from big hole to big dreams and from big dreams to big things. I think that is an appropriate phrase to reflect on what we are doing today, from big hole to big dreams, from big dreams to big things happening in our province. Let me also greet the Executive Mayor of Saul Plaatje, Councillor Barbara Bartlett. Are you already an alderman or an alderwoman? Not yet an alderwoman. And as well as the Speaker, Councillor Tipu Peters, and all the councillors who are here from Saul Plaatje Municipality, members of the Mayoral Committee that are here. And I want to thank this group of councillors. With all the difficulties that are there, we can see a municipality moving in a direction, slowly but surely. And they must keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. We will get this municipality right. And thank you very much for your efforts. I know you guys, you work right around the clock. Last week, Wednesday, I had a meeting here in Kimberley with somebody who was coming from Pretoria. And the first thing he told me is that I see there are significant efforts to keep the town clean. I said, there is progress, and we really appreciated that. Let me also greet the President of Athletics South Africa, Tate James Molloy. Thanks for endorsing our race. And after we wrote you a letter to request that you endorse this race, I don't know whether you understand the significance of endorsement of this race by Athletics South Africa. It actually makes this race official. It's not like a manga business. It's an official race on the calendar of Athletics South Africa. It was hardly 2 weeks. We received your 2-page letter acknowledging receipt of our letter and the excitement that Athletics SA have on this great initiative. And you said you are endorsing the race and you will support us all the way. Thank you very much for that. And you raised something here today that we are going to hold you accountable for it. That we must make this race South African Championship. And we'll have to work on that. And maybe from next year, we should start working on it. So thank you very much for your support. We highly appreciate. You know, we are a small province of about 1.4 million people, semi-arid and semi-desert, and located on the outlier of South Africa. And what we are used to is people not taking us serious. People don't take people from the Northern Cape serious. Hey, Chief, from where are you? No, I'm from the Northern Cape. Oh, okay, no, that's fine. And then you get past, and from the Northern Cape, nobody really takes you serious. But thanks for taking us serious, and we really appreciated that. And let me also greet our own president, Tato Sitlolo, who's the Athletics Griqualand West president. He's also here. Can we give the leadership of Athletics South Africa and Tate James Moloi a nice roaring round of applause? And also give Tato. Where is Tato? Where is he seated? I would ask, can you just rise? I know you spoke here for us to give you as well a nice round of applause. So Tato is running with the nuts and bolts of this initiative. I never heard him saying, I'm a president of AGW. Not once. Not once. I never heard him saying that. He runs with the nuts and bolts of these initiatives. If you look at this race, it's got his fingerprints right all over. Not once. And I was in Uppington on Friday. And when I'm in Uppington, I sleep at a hotel there called Protea Hotel. They've got a new manager there who came to introduce himself to me. His name is Thabo. Told me that he's from the Northwest, and it's now 3 weeks that he's in this new establishment, and he's very excited to be in the Northern Cape. Hey, it's extremely hot here. Uppington. Okay, you'll get used to that. But anyway, that's money for us, because out of the 300 billion rand investment on renewable energy in the country, about 80% is planted here in the Northern Cape. So, oh, hey, did you know we live with this sun? It's our sun. And in actual fact, it brings job opportunities and all of that. So I went and had dinner at the restaurant. Whilst I was having dinner there, this guy who calls himself a manager, he was moving here, collecting plates for people who have just finished eating and all of that, and he runs up and down. And so I got extremely stunned by that. And so as I leave, he came, no, good. Thanks, Premier, for having dinner with us here. And so I said, part of managing this hotel involves collecting plates from the tables. He said, my staff must see me doing it. That's what he said. He said, these people I work with here, I'm here to manage. He says, 92 of them, I'm here to manage. They must see me in the laundry. They must see me collecting plates from tables of our guests in the restaurant. They must see me with a cleaner here. Say the 92 people I'm here to manage, they must see me doing that. So that when I talk about cleaning this hotel, they must be confident that I speak about something that I know. I've not heard and seen. I speak about something that I know. That's what he said. And I see Tato doing exactly that. Doing exactly that. We get so much absorbed by these positions of ours. And forget that there's a real world outside there. That's basically what happens. So much absorbed. We get deep frozen into these positions. And we forget that there's an outside world there, where people want to see real leaders, not narcissists. The only thing that matters to you is your position and nothing else. People want to see real leaders there. The executive mayor of Sol Plaatje can better engage with people who are cleaning the city when he just spends a day with them to get to understand, what does this cleaning the city means? Get into the overalls. Hey, how's your program? No, today we'll be in Rotterdam doing this. I'm going to join you for the whole day. Just be with them. Just be with them. And try to understand, but what are the issues here? Next time when you speak to them about keeping the town clean, they will have a better sense of understanding what you are saying because you were with them. And even when they engage you, they will tell you, can you still remember the last time you were there with us, Mayor? They remind you. Because you were there with them. We've got MECs and HOD and senior managers who don't know who's the receptionist of the department. Kubane receptionist up, aye, and yes. You don't know, because we interact there on top. And where it matters most is there the frontline staff. If when people phone in and when people go to the frontline staff in your department and they don't get the necessary responses and reception, they leave there and say, hey, wat lyk departement as jou nonsens man. Die eerste persoon wat ek net nou daar ontmoet het daar by die deur, het my sommer vir my nonsens gesê. So leadership is about just going a bit down. Instead of ascending, descend, go down to where it matters most. So thank you very much, Tato. And I'm told you're an athlete, and I've been learning quite a lot from runners since we started this thing of having this Northern Cape Marathon. And let me also extend our thanks. I saw the executive mayor of Francis Bart, Comrade Wende, is also here in tracksuits. I saw him for the first time in tracksuits. Oh, here he is. You must wear tracksuits every day, Chief. Yeah, you look great in the tracksuit. And last night, we also had an opportunity to spend with Bruce Fordyce and as well as Tete Dijani. Thank you very much for making it here. It's just unfortunate today, there's not much time, but last night we allowed you to speak for 1.5 hours. And you spoke as well of, what do you call it, Sandla Semfen? Yeah? Chocolate. Yeah. So yesterday we had an opportunity to engage with him. These are two great individuals. And in actual fact, yesterday I landed by accident to the meet and greet dinner because it was some kind of a worst day for me. And I was a bit despondent, so I did not know what to do. And I said, let me go and join them. We had a dinner event at around 7 in the evening. So Bruce Fordyce, his first race was, Comrade race was in 1977, and he was number 43. And he did not stop, did not get despondent. He pushed and pushed and pushed. After 5 years, in 1981, he won the race. After 5 years of fighting and fighting and fighting and training and training and training, he won it. And we know he won the race 9 times in his life, record setting. And it's quite clear in the immediate future, there's nobody that will break that record of winning it 9 times. So Tete Dijan, just from the Northwest, security guard, won the race 3 times. When he started in 2019, he was number 50. He came number 50. Pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. Put up a hell of a fight. And in 2022, he won the race. From 50, putting up a hell of a fight, 2022, he won the race. He's now the 3 times Comrades winner. Bruce Fordyce told me something that lifted my spirits yesterday. He said in one race which he was running, as he was running, he felt there is something loose in his socks as he was running, but he realized that if he can stop and take off the shoe and the sock to take out this loose thing, he's going to lose the race. So, but he continued to run with this thing irritating, loose in the sock as he's running. When he reached the finish line, he took off his shoe and the sock, and it's his toenail. And then I asked, but was it not painful? He says, there is no race that is not painful. He says, there is no race that is not painful. With your toes, there's pain. Your knees, there's pain. With everything about this race is painful. So he said something very profound. He said, with no pain, there is no greatness. That's what he said. With no pain, no greatness. Very profound. That's what he said yesterday. I don't know, these 2 guys, last night, they were extraordinarily excited, highly exasperated. And maybe it's because they saw a premiere there in the surrounding. It's possible, but I don't know, but they were very excited yesterday. So they spoke and spoke and spoke. So I said, without pain, no greatness. For me, that was very profound. So Tete gave us his history, his background, how he grew up, and how he decided to go and contest. And he says, when he came number 50, during his first race, there is something that told him that you can win this thing. That you can win this thing. He said he went back, even took an unpaid leave for 3 months to gym, unpaid leave. So after he won, his employer does not want him to say to people that he took an unpaid leave because the employer felt embarrassed. I said, I took an unpaid leave 3 months. I would run every day. And to make sure that per week, I ran at least 150 kilometers per week. 30 kilometers per day, 50 in this day, 40 again, just to ensure that per week he runs 150 kilometers. So he said at the height of that preparations came COVID. After all the investment came COVID. And for 2 years, the race was cancelled. For 2 years, after all that preparation, the race got cancelled. He could not run. So he said, but I told myself I'm going to win this thing. From 50, there's 49 other people in front of you. And you still tell yourself that this thing, it's mine. At least would expect somebody who's number 2 to think like that. Number 3 in the top 5 or in the top 10. This man was not in the top 5, in the top 20, in the top 40, not even in the top 40, not even in the top 50 maybe. You are last in the top 50. And he tells himself, I'm going to win this thing. I will get this thing. Despite the disruption caused by COVID, 3 months of unpaid leave, investing in his effort in order to win this thing. When he went 2022, he never stopped, never got despondent, he never decided to quit. When did he won it? Extraordinary spirit of perseverance. This is something else. It's kind of perseverance that is not something ordinary. It's extraordinary. So yesterday, both of them, they really uplifted my spirit. Because let me tell you what happened. So my pastime is to write. I write a lot. The people who know me, they know I write. I spend lots of time in front of my computer, writing, putting ideas together, and all of that. So I wrote this article for an international journal. So when I woke up every day, because I'm very curious to know what would be the outcomes of this article. So I wrote a whole lot of articles for different journals. But I said I must try this one, which is known for its pedigree in the world of academia. So I wrote the article. I spent almost 2-3 months to write it. Yesterday I opened my mail from the blind peer reviewers. One said there's lots of correction that needs to be done, and the other one declines it. So then the board of editors took a decision, let's decline the article. So I was receiving now that 4-page letter to inform me that it's declined and the reason why it's declined. And one of the reasons is that my dealing with literature is superficial. So I was telling myself, hey, it's for the first time that I told that the way I dealt with literature is superficial. In my whole life, I've never come across this thing. So I tried to find all sorts of reasons. Why? Hey, maybe it's because I'm from South Africa. Hey, maybe because these guys could have seen that my surname is Zamani, my name is Zamani, it's a black person and all of that. So I'm sleeping there on my bed. I'm trying to find reasons for that, extremely despondent. After I had these engagements with the 2 of them, I went back, I worked on that article up until now around 3 o'clock in the morning. Because blame game does not work. isn't it? Blame game does not work. Just fix this thing and stop looking for some scapegoats. Fix this thing. Looking for some scapegoats and all of that, it does not help. It won't take you anywhere. So I took it from Bruce Fordyce that no pain, no greatness. When I left with the engagements with them yesterday, I told myself, Zamani, go get your ass on the chair and work on this thing. Get it right. And from Tete Tijane, that if you don't want to persevere, you'll be in the world of quitters. Perseverance, trying to do it over and over and over again to get it right. And our partners here is Standard Bank, and I really want us to give Standard Bank a nice round of applause. Standard Bank, we met them once in preparations of this event. As soon as we met them, they said, we'll give you R1 million. Can we also give them again another nice round of applause? And we highly appreciate the contribution that you are making to the city and as well as the contribution that you are making in the province. We are very grateful for that. And that round of applause was very weak. And also we have other partners, MTN, Vodacom, Belmet, Protea Hotel. We've got Mercedes-Benz, Rio Cocktail Lounge, New Val Motors, Munyangan Security Services, Nare Boutique Hotel, Ubuntu Guest House. We've got Bev's Guest House, Purple Steps Guest House. And those are all partners, people who said we are going to contribute to this initiative. And this is not a once-off event. We'll do this each and every year. And each and every year is going to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. And with the partners that we have and others which also made commitments that they will also get involved in this great initiative, it's quite clear that soon government will not have to contribute a single cent for this event. It will be an event that is through donations of business in the province. Can we give all these business houses a nice round of applause? Program Director, it gives me great pleasure to officially launch the inaugural Diamonds and Dorings Kimberley Big Hole Marathon. We had a lengthy discussion around this, what the marathon, what it should be called. So we agreed that it should be Diamond and Dorings Kimberley Big Hole Marathon. It's DND Kimberley Big Hole Marathon. Because of the iconic and historic nature of the Big Hole, and people everywhere in the world, they know about the Big Hole. So we agreed that we should include the name Kimberley Big Hole, but to keep the branding, which is Diamonds and Dorings, which is owned by Soplaki municipality. But as I go down, I'll explain why do we keep the branding Diamond and Dorings. It is no coincidence that we are launching the marathon a day before we mark the end of Heritage Month. Sports has the unique ability to transcend our cultural, racial, and linguistic differences. It also gives us a sense of belonging and serves as a common unifier. The only time when you can see how united South Africans are, it's at a sports event. Did you see the rugby game over the weekend? Did you see the rugby game over the weekend? I don't know how many watched it. That's the only time when we assert our South Africanness. and forget about all other secondary identities when we assert our primary identity as South Africans. It's during sports. That's the only time. And a day after the sports event, we get into our default mode. That I'm a black South African and you're a white South African and you're a colored and all of that. But on the day when the country is embarking on a massive sporting event, we assert just one identity. Ons raak almal Suid-Afrikaners. So the sports plays a very critical role to unify our nation. It fosters social cohesion, peace and development, contributing to creating our vibrant national heritage. The Diamond and Dorings Kimberley Big Hole Marathon race route, as you will be shown later, passes some of the iconic sites in Kimberley. These include the Diggers Memorial, the Honored Dead Memorial, the Provincial Legislature, and the Maibuye Multipurpose Center, to mention but a few. This speaks to our rich heritage. Ladies and gentlemen, as provincial government, we are actively working together with the Soplaki municipality to achieve its strategic objectives of growing the economy of the city through promoting Soplaki municipality as an academic hub. Together, we are reimagining Kimberley after decades of mining activity in the town. Kimberley is an example of the fate that mining towns suffer after the life of a mine. Mining by itself, by its nature, has an end date. It is important that as a mining province, we start to reimagine our towns after the life of mines. Kimberley is one of South Africa's historic, significant diamond mining city. In the 1880s, Kimberley became the diamond capital of the world, with much of its economic activity being centered on mining. In the height of the mining economy, it contributed up to 71% of the GDP and 50% more in the 1950s. So I just want to portray this point. And maybe that's something that we don't talk about. It is the fact that Kimberley is a post-mining town. This is a post-mining town, and most of your post-mining towns are today ghost towns. Basically, Kimberley is supposed to be a ghost town. Mining in the early 20th century contributed more than 70% of the GDP per region of this town. That actually means this town's economy was squarely reliant on mining. It's what we are sitting with today if you go to John Taolo-Gaetsewe region. Mining contributes 74% of the GDP per region of John Taolo-Gaetsewe region, your Kuruman area, Hotazel, and all of that. And areas where mining contributes so much of the GDP, they tend to have a high growth rate. And that's basically what is happening in John Taolo-Gaetsewe. But mining, it's a finite industry. It's got an expiry date, just like what happened in Kimberley. When in the early 20th century, between 1900 and 1950, mining was contributing about 71% of the GDP of this town. But that contribution reduced. The second half of the 20th century, it started by going to around 50%. By the time we end closure of the century, mining was contributing about 7%, 2000, 7% of the economy of Kimberley. So what that means is that Kimberley is a post-mining town. And in terms of what is happening to other post-mining towns in the country. This town is supposed to be a ghost town. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a ghost town. So the question that we have to ask as leaders, provincial government and as well as the municipality, is how do we reimagine this post-mining town not to be a ghost town? That is the critical question that we must ask ourselves. This post-mining town not to be a ghost town, but it should be a town with vibrant and dynamic economy that creates jobs for the people of Kimberley. So the university was built here. The construction of the university started about 16 years ago. And today, this university is contributing 36% of the GDP of Kimberley. I don't know how many of you knew that. Just the existence of this university contributes 36% to the GDP of Kimberley. So now you've got a university that is in a way offsetting the impact of closure of mines here. The BS has completely pulled out of Kimberley, sold all their assets. I know there are some of the assets that they are going to hand over to the municipality very soon. We met with them, we agreed, they are going to hand most of their assets over to the municipality. The Oppenheimer building which was the diamond processing building, is handed over to the university now. That university contributes 36% of the gross domestic product per region for Kimberley. Basically, that university is the rescuer. It saved the economy of this town. So now what is basically happening is that Kimberley is gravitating from a mining economy into a university economy. It's moving from being a mining town into a university town. That is where we are. That's the reality we do now. And how do we ensure that we maximize the fact that Kimberley is now a mining town? It's not a mining town, it's a university town. It's a university town like Stellenbosch. It's a university town like Potchefstroom. It's a university town like Bloemfontein. Because the university now, it's one of the biggest contributors to the GDP of this town. How do we optimize the sector? How do we maximize and exploit the benefits that comes out of that? So if you look into these three towns, your Potchefstroom, your Bloemfontein, and Stellenbosch, key to their strategy of survival as university towns is tourism. It's tourism, increasing bed occupancy, and also increasing tourism offerings in the town. So when we sat around the table reimagining Kimberley, we agreed that there should be a bouquet of activities each and every year. And this bouquet of activities should come under the umbrella of Diamonds and Dorings. So you should not be shocked if you see there's an office here called Diamond and Dorings, which has got a bouquet of activities. And for now, we've identified 5 of them. We are busy engaging with the owners of Volta, which is one of the biggest sporting events in the country. That we should take Volta, put it also under this branding of Diamond and Dorings. We've got Diamond and Dorings annual jazz festival, which is during the first quarter of the year. We must massify it, strengthen it. It should have a national presence. Get the Diamond and Dorings Jazz Festival also under this bouquet of activities, under the umbrella of Diamond and Dorings. So it's the Jazz Festival, is Wilde Klaver. And we also agreed that the event that normally takes place, what we call it the Kimberley Diamond event, skateboarding event, which has now taken a national and an international outlook, should massify, strengthen it, put it under the Diamond and Dorings. And which other event again that we agreed on? The Yonder Fierce. We are engaging with the owners of that brand. We said bring that brand also to be part and parcel of the Yonder Fierce. What we used to have here is the Harifias, and which was discontinued. We need to look and engage, that's what we are currently doing, engaging with the owners thereof. How do we have this Yonder and the Harifias, we massify them in order to ensure that we've got a big, big event. When we used to have Harifias here, you won't be able to use the inner city during that time, how packed it was. People would sleep as far as Bloemfontein were coming from outside just to come and attend that event. So we've identified this Diamond and Dorings package of events: Jazz Festival, Wilde Klaver sports, the marathon, Kimberley Big Hole Marathon, the skateboarding Diamond, Kimberley Diamond Cup. And we've identified these 5, which will be key events each and every quarter of the year. Each and every quarter of the year. Key iconic events in order for us to get people from outside of the province to come to the Northern Cape. And this will give us an opportunity to project our province. But if we can successfully implement all these key 4 events, starting from next year, that will have a massive contribution to the tourism industry, and particularly here in Kimberley, which is now a university town. You've got a university, and in order to make its contribution sustainable to the economy of this town, you must ensure that we strengthen and optimize the tourism potential of Kimberley. That's basically what we are currently looking at. And what I did also is to go through the draft annual report of Soplati Municipality 2023. In this draft annual report of Soplati 2023, they identified different sectors and highlight growth by sector, and also highlight those sectors where there is industry potential. Here, tourism, which is contributing about 4.6% to the economy of this town, is highlighted as industry potential, as one of the sectors in the economy which offers the greatest possible potential for growth. That's what is being highlighted in terms of the local economic development strategy of Soplati. That is industry potential with regard to tourism, and our responsibility is to come up with programs to amplify that potential. It should not just remain there as a potential. But what we need to see now is Soplati Municipality in its local economic development plans saying tourism contributes 4.6% of our gross domestic product per region. In the next 10 years, we want to increase this to 7%. And it should not only end there, but they should introduce and come up with strategies on how to reach the 7% target that they've set for themselves. Because for every 8 tourists, there's 1 job opportunity. I don't know whether you know that. Every 8 people who comes into a town as tourists, they sustain 1 job opportunities. So we need to increase these numbers. The report that we received from Tourism SA about tourism stats in the Northern Cape. Last year, bed occupancy increased to 1.4 million. We've got about 1.4 million residents in the Northern Cape. Population is 1.4 million. Bed occupancy was 1.4 million, more or less equal to the number of people that we have in the province. But that's not enough. We need to push that bed occupancy to about 2 million rand, not to about 2 million rand, to about 2 million, in order to ensure that we use tourism as an industry potential that will create the much needed job opportunity. So that is the reason why we are here. We are here to launch this race. It's not a once-off event. We'll have this race each and every year. And each and every year it will be bigger and bigger. That is what we are currently pushing for. And when you will be listening to the MEC of Finance delivering a budget vote, from that budget vote, you will hear about the Diamond and Dorings bouquet of tourism activities. And as the provincial government, that's what we are expecting from supply chain municipalities. We'll start to invest. We are going to start investing into this initiative. I think for now, for this event, we are contributing about 3 million rand for this event. Directly, we are contributing 3 million rand to make it a success. So the reason why we've got such a big prize money, President, is not because we're a rich province, but we said we are going to have big prize monies in order to attract elite runners. We call it elite runners. Big prize money to attract elite runners. The prize money for this event is second to Comrades Marathon. There is no other marathon in the country, no other marathon except for Comrades Marathon, which is more lucrative than this one in the Northern Cape. That is the reason we've got the Comrades winner of last year, Tete is here. Is it this year? Tete is here. He's going to run as well. But to protect our local runners against his fearsome running abilities, we've got also prizes for provincial runners, because we need to protect them from guys like this one. So we've got prizes for provincial runners. So thank you very much for coming to this inaugural launch of this very important race. And we highly appreciate that you've decided to spend some time to come and listen to us about what this thing is all about. From now, it will take each and every year. We are not going to, that's what Bruce Fordyce said. He said, we should not drop the baton. That's what he asked, and actually made a commitment that he will be with us for the next 5 years. And we should not drop it. We are not going to drop the baton. We'll make this bigger and bigger. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our premier. Thank you so much for those wonderful words. And of course, now you know where we're going. Now we all know where we're going. So you need to join hands and let's follow the sun together. Right. What we're going to do quickly now is that we're going to take a look at the website. We're also launching the website for this race. Everything is sorted out. So we're launching the website, and I'm going to need a voice sponsor for this website. If we are ready, then we can go. Also adding to the sponsors list is Party and More. So thank you so much for your generous contribution. Immediately after this, then we do the merchandise launch. Right, website?
Welcome to the Diamonds and Dorings Kimberley Big Hole Marathon 2025 website launch. Ladies and gentlemen, if you log on to diamondsanddorings.com, this will be your landing page. The first thing you'll see is the race information, which has the date, starting point, and end point with the race countdown. We have 53 days to go. If you continue scrolling down on the website version, you will see the race categories and fees, followed by the prize pool for first, second, third, and the first male and female for the provincial. You will also be able to download the full prize breakdown in a PDF format. On the About tab on the top left, you will have a short description of the history. We are a city of pioneers and firsts from 1881 and 1882. Scrolling down, you'll be able to see the cultural touch points of the Northern Cape. Our third tab from the top is the race information, which is the race info, the race day countdown, race categories and fees, with the prize pool. Our next tab is the media. Next to that, we have all the events, food, live music, craft stalls, kids zones, in order to give us the ultimate race weekend experience. There will also be some events to look forward to. The website is dynamic and will be updated regularly. Our last tab on the landing page is our contact details. We have a form for you to fill in, as well as all the details of the contacts. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, on the right-hand side of our landing page is the links to all our social media contacts. We have the link to the Facebook page. It's called Diamonds, Dorings, Kimberley Big Hole Marathon. That is our Facebook page. The next social media tab we have is Instagram. This is currently what our Instagram page looks like. Please do like, share, and follow all our media pages. And the final one we have on there is our TikTok page. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That is the website. It is live.
Bye, Ranki. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. The website is live. I just want to check the link again, is diamondsandendurance.com. Right, diamondsandendurance.com, and it is live. Right, what we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, it's an exciting part of the race. We are going to launch the merchandise. That simply means what we're going to be wearing on race day and what we're going to be selling. So first off, we're going to have music, and let's do this. Let's have music and do this. First up, we're going to be calling, ladies and gentlemen, we're calling on Arthur. As we indicated earlier on, that Arthur is one of our best runners, and he is wearing the race T-shirt, ladies and gentlemen. Each and everyone who's going to be registering for the race will get this T-shirt in their pack. So that's how beautiful it is. Breathable material, looks absolutely fantastic. All right, thank you so much, Arthur. Next up, of course, we're going to be selling some of the merchandise. Limited edition, we're calling on Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. She's got the T-shirt on. That is the limited edition T-shirt. You'll be able to buy this. And of course, the buff. Earlier on, I heard people asking, what is a buff? It's that thing you put on your head, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly, can you just move a bit forward so that, and do a 360 for the people to see? Thank you so much. Absolutely awesome. Also, another limited edition. I told you this you can buy. We welcome Heinrich onto the stage, ladies and gentlemen. He's wearing a limited edition T-shirt. This you will also be able to buy just before the race. Absolutely awesome. Let them all come forward and we have a look at it for the last time. 360 for me. And thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much, guys. And I have to tell you that all of them are runners. Thank you so much. Funama Gumba now. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I told you that as you join us on the socials, please make sure that you hashtag follow the sun and you also hashtag DND KBM KBHM 25. To close off the event, to come and do the vote of thanks, ladies and gentlemen, behind every milestone lies the support of leaders. Come again? Oh, the medals. Are they on the screen? Ladies and gentlemen, we're launching our medals. Everything is sorted out. I have to get down for this one. All right, so the medals are on there. So it's medals for all these are the race medals. You have the one for 42 has got the picture of the big hole with a hole inside. The medal will have a hole, right? Yeah, we're creative. It's going to have a hole in there, 42.2. And of course, the 21.1 kilometer race will have the diamond. And the 10 kilometer race will have the kokerboom. That's what we call it here. And of course, that is the race. And the 5 kilometer race, the medal will have the map of the Northern Cape. So those are our medals for the race, ladies and gentlemen. And I think they look absolutely beautiful. So it's very rare that you go to a race and you know exactly how a medal is going to look like. It's always a surprise. So we have them here. You know exactly what you want. Now you can look forward to the race. All right. So we're calling on Ntate Wende Mareka to come and give us the vote of thanks. And ladies and gentlemen, we welcome him with a round of applause. He is the executive district mayor for Francis Bart District Municipality.
Thank you very much. Good morning, colleagues. Premier is a table for 5 kilos, this one. 5 kilos, this one. But after the medals, there is a strategy we've changed now. We are going for 10. For 10. Let me extend our appreciation to the Premier of Northern Cape, the MECs that are present here today, executive mayors, including myself, and the speakers of 2 municipalities of the district and Soplaiki, also councillors, MMCs present here, and most importantly, the sponsors of the event, in particular Standard Bank, We've agreed we are moving for 10 kilos. It's part of the table. Also, the organizers of the event under the stewardship of Tato, your first meeting at the Premier's office, we met myself and you, the first meeting. Then you briefed me around this program. Then I took a sober decision to go into a serious training. You can say I look okay now. But then we agreed for 5 kilos. But the medal of 5 kilos is not nice. So for the 1 of 10, it's inspiring. Also, what we want to appreciate is that it's a kind of an event that have never happened, in particular in Kimberley. And it's a big dream for us, very innovative. It includes everyone in the province. So Premier, we may host the event, but there's a provincial event because it speaks about the Northern Cape. Most important that, Moren, for you to be here, we appreciate with your busy schedule. We managed to secure the appointment. Hopefully, we are not paying for the appointment because obviously we are going to take that 42. Mr. Bruce in absentia, he left, and also our influencers and local champions were saying very much thank you to yourselves. This run will be one of the greatest success in the history of Kimberley. We took a commitment, Mayor of Sopleki, between now and the event, there will not be a pothole. But the second issue is that there will not be a debt in Kimberley. We've made that commitment. And we are going to keep it beyond the event. We are not preparing only for the event. Mr. President, Athletics South Africa, I saw you on TV while you were in Japan. I saw you. It's the first time I'm seeing you now. I touch your hand. It's warm. So we appreciate your willingness to assist. Also, the race ambassadors present there, we appreciate. The DG and the HODs that are here, we appreciate. I saw from the office of the Provincial Commissioner that the Besnare is here also. It's a homeboy, you are here. It means the event is well organized because all stakeholders are present today. To the media team that is also here, from today up until the 22nd of November, you must be able to buzz for this event. Leave any other things that is bad. Let's focus on the good about this event now so that everyone knows about it. It's a good thing. The estimate, according to Tato, is to attract almost above 2,000 people who will participate. Then we can imagine the economic spin-offs that will happen in Kimberley. The president says as much as this thing is big, we'll get our Kenyans, Somalians athletes to come here. And I had one of them here, he's ready to join in Somalia. Got a nice tuck shop here. He's ready to join. So it means indeed we are on the correct path. Program Director, Mr. Jerry, thanks for this good program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a media launch. When you have a media launch, media must ask us questions. There's a part that is set aside on the program for a Q&A with the media. So what we'll do is that we'll take about a round of five hands, and then we'll continue. The race director will be able to respond to all the technical things around the race and all the other things that concerns the race. So by show of hands, let us just get the show going. Anyone who wants to take the first bite? Media? I know you are covered, just like the media. Wow, it's good covered. You're covered, right? Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give them another round of applause. Absolutely awesome. Now, we at the end of the program, once again, we want to say thank you to all of you for coming here and, of course, for being such a wonderful audience. Once again, this is more than a race. It's a celebration of endurance, unity, and provincial pride. Thank you so much. We meet again on the 22nd. Have a lovely day. Thank you. You're doing 5? Yeah.